In my previous video, I've talked about how I experimented and installed the Glance Daily Agenda on my Xteink X4, as you can see from here, and I also have it attached to my letter journal so I can have it on the go anytime that I ever needed it. So the past week I went to test it out and to see if it's even handy for myself, and I kind of realized something. I wasn't using it as I expected it to be. And in general, it is useful as you can always have your events and to-do list on display whenever you need it. But looking at the bigger picture, at my own personal usage, I just don't use it that often. And like I said, this is more of my personal take and how my mind works. Today we will just break down how I use it and what's my experience like with this Glance daily planner on my Xteink X4. And with that being said, let's get into it. So just to break down on my daily usage of this Glance daily planner, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I see is this X4 on my table showcasing a quick display of my task for the week, and thereafter I would check what is my agenda for the day and then what is my upcoming events for the next 3 days. And during the work hours, I prefer to go back to my analog planner because the amount of changes or new tasks that I need to add on from time to time, I still kind of find it more suitable for me, where I could just easily refer back to the different changes and make the changes whenever I have to. And then at nighttime, I would then update my phone for whatever new events or new tasks that I have to do. I would then sync it to my X4 as per usual, so that by the morning comes, the cycle goes on again. I would see this on my table. I would check what's my task, what's my plan for the next few days. And that is the main flow that I've been having lately with this Glance daily agenda. Usually if I don't have the planner with me or like even my phone, then the X4 would come in handy because usually I would have this on my pocket whenever I'm at work, and it helps to remind me with the things that I kind of tend to forget, like the errands that I need to do or events that I need to attend. One major thing that I've noticed so far, that it allows me to have a short break from using my phone or checking my phone all the time, and I get less distracted than I used to before. Well, to a certain extent, of course. I mean, having this, it is very simple, it is straightforward as a good planner companion. Now, despite of all its usefulness, there are some frictions along the way. First of all, when there are changes on my schedule or new tasks came up, I would then update my phone, but then along the way, I totally forgot to resync my schedule or my new task to the X4, which leads to having the display not fully updated at all. So that is totally my fault. I'm not proactive enough to resync every single time there are changes. Maybe I wasn't used to the idea of using the X4 as a daily planner just yet. Now, the another friction that I have is the page 3 reminders list. Now, on this page, every time I try to toggle any of this list just to check that, hey, I've done this task already, I kind of noticed that on my phone itself, it doesn't sync automatically. So even if I do the sync up, nothing will happen on my reminders app. It will not update as a completed task at all, despite having it toggled on my Xteink X4. I'm not sure if I've missed out on something or I didn't do it properly, but that is kind of the one thing that I've noticed, that it doesn't sync what I've updated on this one onto my actual phone. So that kind of made me wonder, why is there a toggle button on the X4 in the first place? It just seems like it is a one-way sync only. Now, this has been a little bit of a push and pull factor for me lately. Recently, I've been getting into more analog style daily planner and writing things down with a pen and paper. It is kind of the season for that. Personally, despite having the Glance daily planner working on my Xteink X4 and its usefulness is pretty much obvious, I just don't find myself using it fully as my main reference for daily planning. In this season in my life, I'm running towards the analog style because it's faster and the feeling of the pen and paper is something that I just really miss right now. Lately, I've been using the B5 notebook to do my daily or weekly planning. I would have my weekly view on one page, and then the next page will be the list and tasks or events that I have for that week. I would also have it categorized accordingly, as you can see from here. Then I would use the bullet journaling method of striking them off. I would also dedicate like one page just for like an hourly tracker, and for each day I would just write down what is my main activity for that specific hour, and just on the right side just additional to-do list if I have anything at all. Lately this had been working out well for me compared to just solely relying on my Xteink X4 for my calendar and task. And again, this is my personal preference. The Glance Daily Agenda is definitely useful for the right crowd or for the right person, but for now it is just not for me. It would probably stay if I've not found another experimentation to do. Lately, I've been scouring the internet for the next project to do with the Xteink X4. I found a couple of things online and some viewer suggestions as well, so that had been really helpful. So thank you so much for those who suggested. Really appreciate it. I would definitely look into more of those things. To be honest, this experimentation can be a little challenging because some of these things are quite technical and I am not at all. So it is tough, and that kind of excites me even more. So for now, it will stay as a daily agenda device, but once I found a new thing to test, then I would probably play around with it more. I think the action of playing around with the Xteink X4 and installing different firmwares kind of excites me more at this moment rather than using the firmwares that I install it with, if that makes sense. I really have a deep curiosity about different things, and right now this is what I really enjoy doing. So I hope you've been enjoying it as well as much as I did. Also, one of the important things is that I get to use the X4 despite retiring it as my main daytime e-reader. So probably the next time that you see another video, we might be up to something new. So we'll see if we manage to figure it out and how to make it work on the X4. I have written an article about this in my Substack below. You can check that out. And my question for you today is, if you had to choose one, would you keep a digital planner or an analog planner? Let me know what you guys think. Until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!